Hello and welcome back to the Fat for Weight Loss channel. My name is Aaron and today I'm showing you how to make keto cream cheese pancakes. Honestly, these pancakes are super fluffy, they're not dry, they are super moist because of the cream cheese. You won't even know they're keto and they just absolutely taste fantastic. You can make them in a big batch, you can make them in a single batch, you can do whatever you want. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make it and then I'm going to answer a few questions after I've shown you how to make it so that you know what to do when you go and get started in the kitchen. So let's get to the recipe. Great, so you've probably got some questions now and hopefully I can answer those for you. So the first question I get all the time is, where do you buy sugar-free maple syrup? And what on earth is sugar-free maple syrup? Well, you can buy it in Australia, you can buy it in the States, you can buy it wherever you are. The brand I used in Australia is called Queen's and they do a sugar-free maple syrup, they do a sugar-free cinnamon flavored maple syrup and they do a blueberry flavored maple syrup as well. I think their brand is fantastic. It's the only one I've seen in Australia and you can get it in Coles and Woolworths. In terms of getting it outside of Australia, you can get the one from Walden Farms that I believe is really good. It's a sugar-free maple syrup. I only usually get it off Amazon and I've actually never ordered it from the States before. So I've heard that it's really good. A lot of people have given me their thumbs up for the recommendation. So give that one a try. So number two, what if you don't have cream cheese? So if you want to make this recipe but you don't have cream cheese and you got all of the other ingredients, then that's okay. You can substitute it with ricotta, you can substitute it with sour cream, you can substitute it with yogurt, you could substitute it with coconut cream, you could even substitute it with mascarpone cheese if you've got it. Mascarpone cheese and cream cheese are very similar and it's going to turn out the same way. All the cream cheese is doing is it's giving it some body, it's giving it some fat, it's giving it some moisture so that it doesn't turn out super thin and it doesn't essentially become a flat as pancake. It's still nice and fluffy and it's really delicious because of that, so you can substitute all of those. So number three, what if you can't have coconut flour or you don't like the taste of coconut flour or you just don't have coconut flour at all? So you can replace coconut flour with almond flour or sesame seed flour. So almond flour obviously has nuts. Sesame seed flour is nut free because it's just seeds. You can grind up sesame seeds and use it like that. If the recipe calls for 1 cup of coconut flour, then you would need to use 4 cups of almond flour to get the same absorbency, because almond flour doesn't absorb anything, whereas coconut flour does absorb ingredients. And you just need to quadruple the amount of almond flour you need compared to how much coconut flour. Some people get really confused with that. It's just a ratio of 1 to 4. So if you think about the ratio, 1 cup equals 4 cups, that will help. That is the same with sesame seed flour as well. So what if you don't like stevia? So I'm using stevia in this recipe. If you don't like stevia, you can use 1/4 cup of sweetener of your choice. So whether that's Swerve, whether that's erythritol, whether that's So Nourished, whether that's whatever brand you've got of that sugar-free type sweetener, 1/4 cup of a replacement is going to work because I'm using 1/4 teaspoon. So when you're converting sweeteners, you want to take erythritol or sugar. To get to stevia, you want to just make it a teaspoon. So if you want 1 cup of sweetener, then you want 1 teaspoon of stevia to get the same sweetness. Generally, stevia can be really bitter, so some people really don't like it, and that's where those other sweeteners come in really handy. So what about milk? If you don't have almond milk, well, you can use any milk you want. You can use coconut milk, you could use, I don't know, you've got plenty of milks available around in your local grocery store. The one I would probably avoid is normal milk because it does have a lot of lactose, which is the natural occurring sugars in milk. Depending on your carb tolerance though, you might be able to use milk in this recipe and it might give it a really nice flavor. The only thing is if you are using the nut milks like the coconut milk or the almond milk, you just want to get the unsweetened versions. Because if it doesn't say unsweetened on it, generally the carbs are even worse than milk. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you like videos like this. I'll see you in the next video.